It's time. Good morning, Unitarian Universalists. You can't quite hear me, and that's okay. How about now? Yes, good morning, Unitarian Universalists. It's so beautiful to see every single one of your faces. This is an incredible turnout for 10:30. I can't wait for more people to linger on in. Now, can I hear you make a joyful noise for me? We're going to have to work on that. I just said it was so great to have so many of you in the room, and I kind of want to hear how many people are in the room. Can I hear you make a joyful noise? There we go. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. And it is really important that you showed up today and showed up every week, because showing up together is an act of rebellion against isolation and hopelessness. And what do we say?
We are rebels for hope.
I like the sound of that. Every time I hear it from y'all, it almost feels true, which is like the point of coming to church, if you ask me. So we're going to sing into that truth. We're going to sing a classic that we love to sing. It's number 186, Come, Come, Wherever You Are. We're going to rise in body and spirit.
Yeah, can you help us out with this one too? Amazing. All right, so we all know this song. We're going to sing it 3 times through together, and then I'm going to break us off into rounds. Ready? Okay, so this group right here, you're going to sing with Alex. You're going to stay with Alex. Mark's got that side. We've got amazing singers in this congregation. This group's going to sing with Sharia and Ariana. So when I start you off, Sharia and Ariana, stay with them. This group right here, I want you to stay with Maddie. She's going to be right here for you the whole time. And this group back here, you're going to sing with me, okay? Ready? Let's... Come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Ours is no caravan of despair. Come yet again, come. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving.
Unitarian Universalism is a faith that is spiritually alive, value-centered, and radically inclusive. We begin every service every week by lighting the symbol of our faith, the flaming chalice, which for generations has served as a beacon of hope and sanctuary for those in need of belonging. This week, we're going to kindle this flame with words from Rebecca Ann Parker. Your gifts, whatever you discover them to be, can be used to bless or curse the world. The mind's power, the strength of the hands, the reaches of the heart, the gift of speaking, listening, imagining, seeing, waiting. Any of these can serve to feed the hungry, bind up wounds, welcome the stranger, praise what is sacred, do the work of justice, or offer love. Any of these can draw down the prison door, hoard bread, abandon the poor, obscure what is holy, comply with injustice, or withhold love. You must answer this question. What will you do with your gifts? Choose to bless the world. None of us alone can save the world, but together, that is another possibility waiting.
Good morning. It is so wonderful to see all you gorgeous humans here today. Can I tell you all that I have been at church all weekend? I have been at church all weekend. You see this maypole right here? We were dancing a Beltane service in this sanctuary on Friday night, and yesterday the worship team met, and we spent 3 hours coming up with themes and plots for your worship next year. And today, after service, if you are excited to get to know anything about any of that, we're going to have a getting to know you service. We can feed you lunch. There is childcare provided. You can hear stories from our tradition and from this specific congregation, as well as UU Detroit, who are combining for the time being. So if you'd like to do that, please do come. Also, if you already know everything you need to know about Unitarian Universalism, but are really excited about the possibility of Native people being able to have a place to worship on their land in this area, the kids are having a bake sale for the Techihila Collective. They are trying to build a sweat lodge and a medicine garden. So, okay, here's the ask. Eat cake and help Native people. I know, I'm rough on you guys, I know it. And one of the reasons that I could do all of these things this weekend is because I don't have to preach. We are really, really lucky. You know how I'm always saying your UUA congregational life consultant? Have you heard me say that before? Yeah. You guys, he's right there. This is the Reverend Dr. Matthew Johnson. He is our congregational life consultant for the Mid-America region of the UUA. So that means if we need to talk to the UUA, we call Matthew. Your board presidents are calling him on me a lot. They don't know what to do with me. He is a third-generation Unitarian Universalist, a parent of 2 teenagers, a big nerd, and a lover of our faith. He served in more leadership roles in Unitarian Universalism than a person could shake a stick at, if a person did shake sticks. He served 5 years as the minister of the High Plains UU Church in Colorado Springs, and the last 17 years as the senior minister of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Rockford, Illinois, which he completed in 2025. He went to Meadville Lombard and also Iliff. That's where he got the reverends and the doctors. And he loves to go on pilgrimages and hikes. For some reason, the last part of his bio is not in the service. But I remember him saying he did that really long one in Spain, the hike. So everyone, can we please give a great big, I know, Sharia, stop. My ADHD board president is so used to her ADHD minister. Y'all, can we give a big welcome to Reverend Matthew for being here today?
Thank you for the welcome. That is all good stuff to know, but the most important thing to know is that no matter who you are,
what you believe or who you love,
where you're from or what identities you hold,
with all of your joy and gifts,
with all of your pain and history,
you are welcome and wanted here. Come, let us worship together. I now invite you into a time of respite outside the demands of daily life. Let us sink into it together with the power of music.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to invite, by the way, Alex, that was great.
Thank you.
I would like to invite any children who would like to share a joy or sorrow to come on up. Now we're going to hear a story, you guys, by our minister. He's going to read a story, and you guys can go ahead and sit down. Thank you.
Today is Sheila Ray the Brave by Kevin Hanks. Sheila Ray wasn't afraid of anything. She wasn't afraid of the dark, she wasn't afraid of thunder and lightning, and she wasn't afraid of the big black dog at the end of the block. At dinner, Sheila Ray made believe that the cherries in her fruit cocktail were the eyes of dead bears, and she ate 5 of them. At school, Sheila Ray giggled when the principal walked by, and when her classmate Wendell stole her jump rope during recess, Sheila Ray tied him up until the bell rang. "I am very brave," Sheila Ray said, patting herself on the back. Sheila Ray stepped on every crack in the sidewalk without fear. When her sister Louise said there was a monster in the closet, Sheila Ray attacked it. And when she rode her bicycle, no-handed with her eyes closed, "Yay, yay, yay," Sheila Ray, her friends yelled, clapping their hands. One day, Sheila Ray decided to walk home from school a new way. Louise was afraid to. "You're too brave for me," Louise said. "You're always such a scaredy cat," Sheila Ray called. "Am not," whispered Louise. Sheila Ray started off skipping. "I am brave," she sang. "I am fearless." She stepped on every crack. She walked backwards with her eyes closed. She growled at stray dogs. She bared her teeth at stray cats. And she pretended that the trees were evil creatures. She climbed up them and broke their fingers off. Snap, snap, snap. Sheila Ray walked and walked. She turned corners. She crossed streets. It suddenly occurred to Sheila Ray that nothing looked familiar. Sheila Ray heard frightening noises. They sounded worse than thunder. She thought horrible thoughts. They were worse than anything she'd ever imagined. "I am brave," Sheila Ray tried to convince herself. "I am fearless." The sounds became more frightening. The thoughts became more horrible. Sheila Ray sat down on a rock and cried. "Help," she sniffed. She thought of her mother and her father and Louise. "Mother, father, Louise," she cried. "Here I am," a voice said. "Louise," Sheila Ray hugged her sister. "We're lost," Sheila Ray said. "No, we're not," said Louise. "I know the way home. Follow me." Louise stepped on every crack. She walked backwards with her eyes closed. She growled at stray dogs and bared her teeth at stray cats. She pretended the trees were evil creatures. She jumped up and broke their fingers off. Snap, snap, snap. Sheila Ray walked quietly behind her. They walked and walked. They crossed streets. They turned corners. Soon their house could be seen between the trees. Sheila Ray grabbed Louise and dashed up the street. When they reached their own yard and the gate was closed behind them, Sheila said, "Louise, you are brave. You are fearless." "We both are," said Louise, and they walked backward into the house with their eyes closed.
Now our children are going to carry the flame to their classes. If you can please rise if you are able and sing them out. Would you like to carry the flame today? Okay, go ahead.
For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God.
Each month we split our plate with a community partner, but this month it's a little bit different. Our shared plate will benefit our own Social Justice Council. We're relaunching the Social Justice Council and increasing its impact in work like Pride and community outreach. And throughout this month, Every Sunday, we're going to invite some folks who are involved with that Social Justice Council to tell more about what we're planning and what we're up to. So I want to invite up Patrice and Katie to tell us a little bit more about what we're fundraising for. Yeah.
Good morning. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about social justice, the Social Justice Council. We have a little bit of a reboot going on. And so as we were kind of organizing and thinking about like what is the best way to get things going, we realized that many members of both Northwest and First UU are already tapped into a lot of community organizations. They're like going to meetings, they're getting trainings, they're building relationships and trust. So we thought, let's make them community liaisons. And so these community liaisons will attend the meetings and they'll report back to us about what they're doing and how we can support them. And like, what does that look like? Well, the way that we get the information back is we have two things happening. We have our meeting, which is the third Saturday at 1 p.m. All are welcome to join. You can hear firsthand what's going on with organizations and with the liaisons. And two, we have our social justice alerts. And so those you can sign up for, and as events pop up, urgent requests happen, you can get notified and find ways to tap in and participate. And so we've had an example of that, several examples, but one in particular is Freedom House. They needed bunk beds assembled, they needed some painting being done. That went out through our alerts. Folks that were available, they went out and they helped, and so it was a great effort. So as Maddie said, for the month of May, you'll be hearing from our community liaisons and about the work that they're doing and how you can support. And feel free to join us on Saturdays, the third Saturday at 1 p.m., or either reach out to Katie or me and get signed up for the alerts. Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you, Patrice. And as always, anything you donate today will be split between the congregation and the Social Justice Council. But remember, no matter what you bring to the church, be it money or time or just the generous presence of your spirit in this room, all of that is welcome and wanted, and we are so grateful for your gifts. So let's step into gratitude together. Please join me in blessing our offerings with the words printed on your order of service. To the work of creating beloved community within and beyond these walls, we dedicate ourselves and our offerings.
As beloved community, we are called to witness one another in grief and in joy. Let us acknowledge all that it means to be human here together. May we start with bearing witness to the genocide and forced removal of the traditional stewards of this land, the Anishinaabe and all their names. May we bear witness to the enslavement of people of African descent who built our country's infrastructure and economy with no reparations to date. These atrocities, tears in the fabric of our human connection, continue to separate that which longs to be made whole. May we celebrate the weavers who seek to repair the fabric of our interdependent web. May we bear witness to those who sought justice, found beauty, and remained faithful. And to this may we sing.
Here are joys and our sorrows unmasked. Let their wisdom carve deep in our beings. Bring the lessons and pains of our past. Witness all of our souls crying and singing.
Worldwide, violence is rising. It is difficult to bear, so let us remember that we do not bear it alone. We have each other to lean on. It is important that we bring out our grief, and these are just a few of the many. Another person has died while in ICE detainment. Denny Adan Gonzalez was found unresponsive in his cell in a privately operated facility in Georgia. This is the 18th person reported this year, one for each week of 2026, who died in ICE custody. We cry out for justice as Israel kidnapped 200 peace activists aboard the global Samud flotilla 600 miles from Gaza. This is the 5th humanitarian flotilla that Israel has intercepted in the past 2 years. May those who have braved the waters not lose hope. May those who have been detained be returned swiftly. It is difficult to be joyful in desperate times, but we must not give in to despair. Let us take a moment to celebrate a small but impactful win. As of Friday, InfoWars is off the air. This network, a platform for Alex Jones to bully, to propagate conspiracy, and to uphold fascism and hate, has been cut off. May the victims of his hateful media find peace, and may Jones be silent for a while so his heart may change.
Here are joys and our sorrows unmasked. Let their wisdom carve deep in our beings. Bring the lessons and pains of our past. Witness all of our souls crying and singing.
If anyone here has a joy or a sorrow that they wish to share, please raise your hand and I will bring you the microphone. Let us remember that we can speak briefly here today, so that leaves room for us to connect more outside of this sacred space.
Witness all of our souls crying and singing.
I want to witness everybody who showed up here this morning. We have so many faces in the room that are old, new faces. We also have Kiana Dene, who was our congregational life consultant, who we're so happy to see in the room today, and Reverend Jordan, who is here observing us. So I'm really, really excited that everybody is here that can be here. And I'm really glad that Andrew and Dougie brought their mom. That is like just such a gift to have you here today. So for all of you and all of the joys and sorrows that live in the silent sanctuary of our hearts, may we sing.
Here are joys and our sorrows unmasked. Let their wisdom carve deep in our beings. Bring the lessons and pains of the past. Witness of our souls, crying and singing.
May we now spend a few moments of silence reflecting together, feeling our connections to each other, to this sacred space, and to what is beyond.
Two readings this morning. The first is an excerpt from the book of Esther in the Hebrew Scriptures. This tells the story of Esther, who was one of the wives of Xerxes II, the king of Persia, in about 480, 470 BCE in the city of Susa, which is today in Iran. And a little context for this story. Esther's uncle is Mordecai, who's a leader in the Jewish community. And the king, Xerxes II, has been convinced by an advisor that all of the problems of the kingdom, and there are many, there is inflation, there is foreign conflict, there is trouble, there are people who are unhappy, that the solution is to get the king and all of the people to blame the Jews who are there, who were protected by one of Xerxes' ancestors, Cyrus the Great, who said, you can live here in peace, but time has gone by. So we're going to blame the foreigners for all of our problems. Does this sound familiar? Right? This is what's happening. And the advisor has convinced the king to banish all of the Jews, take all of their property, and put them under this terrible edict. Mordecai is the uncle and a leader in a community. His niece Esther is one of the wives of the king. When Mordecai learned of all that had been done, he tore his clothes, put on sackcloth and ashes, and went out into the city wailing loudly and bitterly. But he went only as far as the king's gate, because no one clothed in sackcloth was allowed to enter it. In every province in which the edict and order of the king came, there was a great mourning among the Jews, with fasting and weeping and wailing. Many lay in sackcloth and ashes. Now, Esther was in the palace, and she hadn't heard about this, but she heard about her uncle. When Esther's eunuchs and female attendants came and told her about Mordecai, she was in great distress. She sent clothes for them for him to wear instead of his sackcloth, and he would not accept them. Then Esther summoned Hautak, one of the king's eunuchs assigned to attend her, and ordered him to find out what was troubling Mordecai and why. She didn't know. Hautak went back and reported to Esther what Mordecai had said, all about the edict and how terrible it was, and why what he had said, and then she instructed Hatak to say to Mordecai, all of the king's officials and the people of the royal provinces know that for any man or woman who approaches the king in the inner court without being summoned, the king has but one law, that they be put to death, unless the king extends the gold scepter to them and spares their lives. But 30 days have passed since I was called to go to the king. See, Mordecai said to Esther, go to the king, convince him to spare us, to not do this terrible thing. She says, how can I go? I haven't been asked to speak. When Esther's words were reported to Mordecai, he sent back this answer to her, do not think that because you are in the king's house, you alone of all of us will escape. For if you remain silent in this time, relief and deliverance for us will arise from another place, but you and your father's family will perish. And who knows but that you have come into your royal position for such a time as this. The second reading is by Michelle Mills. It was written in March of last year, so it's been a little while now, and you'll hear a last year reference, so in your head, make that 2 years ago. It begins with a quotation from the author Rebecca Solnit's book, The Faraway Nearby. The bigness of the world is its redemption. Despair compresses you into a small space, and a depression is literally a hollow in the ground. To dig deeper into the self, to go underground, is sometimes necessary, but so is the other route of getting out of yourself into the larger world, into the openness in which you need not clutch your story and your troubles so tightly to your chest. And then Michelle Mills continues. For the past year and a half, for the past year and a half, she writes in March of last year, I've been receiving daily emails from USA Jobs, the employment side of the federal government. I used to receive notices about a huge variety of interesting jobs with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, CDC, the VA, NOAA, USDA, EPA, Forestry Service, along with others. Now the only departments hiring are Navy, Air Force, and Homeland Security. It strikes me how clearly this expresses this administration's worldview. If all you emphasize is war and defending and expelling, your only relationship with the world is fear and anger and aggression. That recognition stops me in my tracks. At any moment in our lives, we have a choice about how we want to inhabit the world. We can notice the child needing help, the wonder of salmon spawning in a river where they have not been witnessed in decades, the librarian feeding the curiosity of someone who wants to know about the history of country music or how to build a chicken coop. When I put myself in the shoes of any person who approaches the world in anger and distrust, my body has a physical response. I feel claustrophobic and contracted, ready to spring out and destroy anything that comes close because everything is a threat. It feels tense and vigilant, ready to kill or in control in order to feel safe. The irony is that no matter how much control it gets, it will never feel safe. Its aggression makes it impossible to notice all the possibilities for beauty and kindness. That's not the way I want to inhabit the world. Sometimes I try to feel what it might be like from the other side. What if I were a salmon fighting my way upstream to lay eggs, or the huge sequoia that grows for a millennium, or the mushroom growing at the foot of that tree? Every moment, our breath is a powerful antidote to the disembodiment of fear and anger. It is a way to return to ourselves, an invitation to feel our body on the earth and inhale the beauty of existence, to allow that to infuse our very essence, and then pause in silent reverence, and then to exhale in sacred offering to all beings.
I'm going to invite folks to rise in body or spirit as we sing the next song, number 1014, Answering the Call of Love. There will be corrected lyrics on the screens there, so you might see something different in the hymnals. Just look to the screens.
The
Have you ever had a Sheila Ray lost in the woods moment? Have you had a time when you were so confident? You knew the way, you knew what to do, you felt competent and assured that the world was orderly, that as some of our forebears used to say, that you could rely on progress upward and onward forever. You knew the way, and then you found yourself lost in the woods. Have you had this moment? Mm-hmm. I've had this moment, and it is disorienting. I've had these personal moments, you probably have too, like when parenting was harder than I thought. Isn't it often harder than we think it's going to be? Yeah. Or when relationships fall apart, or you just can't get ahead, or, the little ones too, like when the home improvement project is baffling and you're back at the hardware store again, lost in the woods, right? Big moments, little moments. I've had a lot of lost in the woods moments recently when I think about the world around us. When I read the news, I think, what? Have you had this feeling in the last couple years? As a liberal growing up at the end of the 20th century, what Francis Fukuyama called the end of history, I was taught that civil rights was won, that war was over, that democracy was victorious, that the arc of the universe was almost at its destination. Did you learn something like this too? And here we are, yeah? Here we are. So maybe you're feeling a little Sheila Ray lost in the woods. We were told certain things, and here we are, and those things like fog evaporate, and we can't get a handle. Now, some folks, they have been lost in the woods before. They have no illusions, no sense of inevitable progress in their bones and in their blood and their history and their present. They know damn well that sometimes the way is blocked and sometimes you are misled and they will destroy you if they can, and sometimes they can. No illusions. And that is, I'm sure, some of you. I suspect that this is more of you than some of the congregations that I visit. This is Detroit, after all. And I heard that you people have a fight song in your bones, and people who get up and get up and get up, so that there are no illusions here. You knew to carry a map and a compass, but even that might not save you. And maybe some who have been lost before, or who know the way, they are like Sheila Ray's little sister Louise, who knows how to help and who knows the way home. She had become made for such a time as this. Here's my fundamental conviction. We can become made for such a time as this. We can meet this moment. We can become more mature, more wise, more strategic, more brave, not through overconfidence or naive nonsense or what through some call the audacity, but through depth, through spiritual practice, through deeper courage of heart, through letting go and becoming, through transformation and love. We can become made for such a time as this. Esther had to summon her courage and be shaped by her faith and her family, her conscience, and through practice, and then go from this story. She goes before the ruler and asks for her people to be protected. Like she said, the penalty for going without being summoned was death. But she went anyway. She was terrified that such asking would destroy her, but she came to know that she was made for such a time, that what she had learned and done and loved made her ready for that moment. She succeeds. She persuades the king, but it could have gone otherwise. Back in January, I was in Minneapolis with hundreds of other Unitarian Universalists and other clergy and religious leaders. We gathered to be in solidarity with those who had become made for such a time as this, who had learned in a few short weeks, drawing on their faith and their practice and their neighbors and their history of organizing from 2020 and before. They had met the moment. They had summoned their courage and their compassion and reminded us that people are more than power, that we can say no, that we keep each other safe, that resistance matters, and yes, 3 hours marching in 30 below, that cold is a state of mind, and that together we can build a better world. They met the moment. And it was decisive. It shattered the illusion of inevitability. It was decisive what happened on the streets there. And I was so inspired, enraged that they needed to do what they were doing, that we all need to, but reminded that we can become equal to this moment and that it matters. We're using the phrase "meet the moment" to talk about this together, and the first question we're asking is, what is the moment? My own sense is that there are three massive forces that are shaping this moment for Unitarian Universalist congregations and leaders. The first big trend is, fascism. A year ago, I would have said that my significant critique of too many so-called opposition politicians and supposedly independent institutions was that they were sleepwalking in the woods, convinced that all would be fine, that history was over, and this was just a blip. But I don't think that's as true as it was then. Right? Those who didn't already know are now realizing that Cassandra was right, and that we have to rally for this moment. Some are still lost in the woods, but more are discovering that they need to know where they are going, that we need to turn to those who know the way home, because they are among us, the scholars and the activists of mass resistance, and they tell us what to do: build community, know one another, care for each other, and get ready. Which takes me to the second thread: loneliness, isolation, declining habits of volunteerism, participation, and connection. This is not new, but every year it seems to get worse. We've been bowling alone for a while now. People are lonely. Making friends as adults is really hard. There are less clubs and activities, and folks are busy, sit in their cars, commuting, watch shows and post about it, but connect with other people? Not as much. I read once that the real miracle of Jesus is not him walking on water or healing the sick or even rising from the dead. It's that a man in his 30s had 12 friends. 11, I guess, but still. Right, 2/3 of you got the second part of that joke. There are these shoots of new life. The young mom who says after school pickup, let's hang out on the playground and talk to each other. The single professional who overcomes social anxiety and gets to trivia night. The empty nesters who move to a retirement community and start going to all the activities that are offered there. The teenager who gets off their phone and plays Dungeons and Dragons with their friends on Sunday afternoon. And the folks who show up for church. Wondering, hoping, will someone here know me? Will they guide me when I'm lost in the woods? Will they care about me? The third thing is spiritual hunger. It's openness. It's a longing for more than this, for meaning, for something larger than material existence, a longing to inhabit the world, to be alive, to drink deeply from the well, to dance and read poetry and get off the hamster wheel, to love the earth and its creatures. There is this longing, this heart desire. It started well before COVID, but I have seen it even more since, a sense that we want more authentic, more real, more loving, more alive for ourselves and for our children. That this day-to-day, mundane, obey in advance, punch the card and move on, that this isn't what we are made for. It isn't what we are made for. These three trends present for us, the inheritors of a liberal and liberating tradition of love and courage and justice, they present for us a moment of opportunity and of peril, a time to be brave, not foolish, but honestly brave, to shape ourselves for this moment. We cannot stay on the surface. We cannot perform community or authenticity. We have to go into the woods and get lost together, to be vulnerable and real, to become known for our love, to inhabit the world. To meet this moment, our congregations and our leaders will need to have a little Sheila Ray and a little Louise. We need to admit that we are lost and don't know the way. I am not impressed with folks who tell us the one magic trick or the one essential thing we have to do to save everything. It doesn't work like that. We have to be curious. We need to throw away the old map. It was never the territory anyway. Now's the time to meet the moment, to speak out against fascism, to be an antidote to loneliness, to feed spiritual hunger. Now is the time. Folks are coming to many of our congregations right now because they hunger. They hunger for connection, for meaning, and from a base from which to resist the power of hatred and division and evil. Is that why you're here? The real reason? Because you hunger for something more? We hunger to inhabit the world, to turn away from aggressive reaction and to something deeper, something beautiful, something worth living for. So the question, I think, is this: are we offering a way of life that will honor and meet and nourish that hunger in this time? Community that's real, struggle that's sustainable, love that's alive? Are we willing to go where there's no map and we will get lost? Are we willing to follow another home? Are we willing to cross the borders that people in power want us to make between each other? Are we willing to keep loving boldly when we don't know how it will turn out? Are we willing to meet our neighbors where they are and suspend our confidence that we already have all of the answers? You are leading in this way already. I want you to know that we talk about how cool you are. How your decision to share a staff team, to collaborate and experiment and cross borders, to love both places, to ground in mission, to be experimental, how all this blazing away in the wilderness is finding new ways home, is being brave. Double down on that bravery, on that we don't know, but we're trying this. Double down on our faith demands we answer the call of love. We think you are very cool, and I want you to know that. Don't stop. Keep going further. It's time for bravery. Strategic, accountable, faithful bravery. It's a time for generosity. Deep and transformative and multifaceted generosity. It's time for curiosity of our own heart, about our neighbors, about what's growing still under the earth. And it's a time for love. To answer its call, to be summoned by its demand, to know there's always more, to choose to bless the world. This is the good news. We might not already be made for such a time as this, not all of us, but we can become made for such a time as this. We can practice the habits of inhabiting the world. We can love love more than power or being right. We can open our hearts and our doors and try new things. We can do this. Because love, capital L, love, is, thank God, larger than we can imagine. Larger than our past, and larger than our fears, larger than any one of us by ourselves. This is the good news. There is enough love for everyone. It flows there right under the surface, so the well is not dry. There is more love. We have a choice: to bless or curse the world, to flee from or inhabit the world, to get lost so we might get found, or pretend we already know where we are going, to go it alone or to go it together. It's my prayer that we meet this moment with wise bravery and open hearts, with water for parched souls. This is the way. There is no other way. But love and community and authentic longing, named aloud and encouraged, there is no other way. This is the good news. The love we need to meet this moment is reliable and powerful and surprising and not in our control, and enough. It's more than enough. When we get lost and admit we need more than us, more than what we think we already knew, that love will come and lead us home. May it be so. Amen and ashe. We're going to sing together, There Is More Love. It's 95 in your gray hymnal, and I'm sure the words will also be up here on screen. Let me say a word about this song. This is an African-American spiritual. It's a song of freedom and courage for the journey. It deserves to be sung in full voice without hesitation. And I have already heard you sing in full voice in this room. I know you can do it. So let's rise in body or in spirit, and we'll sing together.
Keep on.
Folks, we'll invite you to stay standing or be however you're comfortable. This is the moment to commune with everyone in the room. Turn towards one another. Make some kind of reverent gesture of connection. You can reach out and hold each other's hands. You can place your hand over your heart, hand over your stomach. Find a way to truly be with everyone in this room. Oh my God, this is my favorite part. It's so good. And together, we'll sing. We are whole.
We are holy. We are holy. One another. We are holy. We are holy. We are holy.
Yeah, there we go. Please repeat after me. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of hope.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of hope.
The warmth of community,
The warmth of community,
nor the fire of commitment.
or the fire of commitment.
These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
We are whole.
We are holy. We are holy. One another. We are holy. We are holy. We are
The words of our benediction from the poet Denise Levertov. Don't say there is no water to solace the dryness at our hearts. I have seen the fountain springing out of the rock wall and you drinking there, and I too, before your eyes, found foothills and climbed to drink the cool water. The woman of that place, shading her eyes, frowned as she watched, but not because she grudged the water, only because she was waiting to see we drank our fill and were refreshed. Don't say there is no water. The fountain is there among its scalloped green and gray stones. It is still there and always there, with its quiet song and strange power to spring in us, up and out through the rock.
We are whole. We are holy. We are holy. One another. We are holy. We are holy. We are We are holy.
Go in peace, return in love, eat lots of cake.